Hi everyone, thanks for watching. The look that I'm going to show you guys today is something that I use whenever I want to get a little bit more fancy, but it could be, changed in any way to be for a night out, or you could change this to an everyday look. And as I'm going through the tutorial, I'm going to tell you things that you could add or maybe things that you could take away. So that could be an everyday look, or if you want it to be a little bit more zhazh, as I like to say, for fancy. I'm also using my favorite products that I use all the time in this video. I'm not an expert, but I love makeup, and I'm super excited to share with you guys the products that I love. I want to get feedback from you guys, and I want to know what types of products you liked, if you have these same products too, and if you've had a great experience with them just like I have. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks! The palette that I'm going to be using today is TooFaced Chocolate Bar. I love this. It's perfect for going out. I use it for all my everyday looks, which again is what we're working on today. It's just that everyday look. Cat, again, sorry. Stop. Oh, animals. Before I do my eyelids, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer in the ebony color. I always feel it's important to do my eyebrows first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little bristle brush end, and I'm just going to brush through my eyebrows just to smooth them out a little bit before I go to put the product on. And as you can tell, I need to pluck my eyebrows a little bit. And then on the other side, it actually has the pencil, and it's at an angle too, which is nice, so I can get sharper lines. So what you want to do is just kind of, these cats are driving me crazy. What you want to do is make sure that you outline your eyebrow first. You do the outer edges, and you just do it in light strokes. I like to start at the bottom and then work my way up to the top. And then I just want to fill them in a little bit. So I'll just do little light strokes. I always want my brows to look more natural, so I'm not going to go too thick. I'm just trying to fill in some of those gaps. Now I'm going to change the angle of my brush a little bit so that I can get this part, and I'm just going to do light little upward strokes like this. I'm going to do the other side. Again, I'm just starting at the bottom and outlining my brow. And this eyebrow I feel like is so much shorter than the other one, so I feel like I always have to draw this one on a little bit more. Hopefully the cats are done playing with my background. They are both in a playful mood today. They are playing with each other. I can hear them. Okay, so now that I feel like my brows are filled in as much as I would like them to be, I'm going to take this again and just brush it through one last time. Plus, when you do that, it shifts all your hair back to how you want it, and if you have more little patches, then you can just get those. But I always try to start lighter with my brows, and if I'm not satisfied with them, then that's when I will go thicker, and I suggest it's something that you should do as well. So my eyebrows are done. Now I can finally work on my eyelids. So to make sure that my eyeshadow stays on, I'm going to use this Decay eyeshadow primer, and it's called Greed. And I like like it because you don't need a whole lot of it. So this stuff has lasted me a very long time, and it comes out gold and shimmery. So what I always do is just have it go in between my fingers and just rub it on my eyelids. I always like to get it right in here too, just to get some shimmer right there. I have to be super careful with this primer because if you use a lot of it, then you're gonna have a lot of rubbing to do. You don't want to use too much of this. And it just gives you a nice little shimmer. Okay. So I'm going to use this loose powder brush. It's one of my Urban Decay brushes. It's the 3309C. And I'm going to be using this side of it. And the first color that I'm going to be using is Salted Caramel. It's this, you know, light brown color, almost peachy. And I'm just going to take it right here, all the way up to my eyebrows actually, and it's only going to go on my brow bone. Always remember to start off lighter with the eyeshadow, and you can slowly make it darker if you would like, or more intense. Because again, if you start too intense, you can't go lighter all over again. Okay, so now I feel like they're even. What I'm going to be using next is Strawberry Bonbon, and it's this really pretty pink, and I'm going to be putting that on top of my whole eyelid, and I'm just going to be using a brush like this, eyeshadow application. And where I get my brushes from is Amazon. They don't have a number, they don't have any of that on there, so I couldn't tell you what type of brush this is, but you know, it was affordable for me and it came from Amazon. It's lasted me a long time and I think it's great. I actually got a whole pack of brushes, and I had several of these. I had a bunch of different flat brushes, angle brushes, fan brushes, so it still works for me. So again, I'm going to be using this on my eyelids. I'm going to cover my whole eyelid. I love how Greed gives it still a little pop of shimmer, but it's not taking away from the Strawberry Bonbon. And I want the pink to be as pink as possible, so I'm gonna do a couple of layers. That is a cat again. They've decided that they are back and ready to mess with my background. Okay, I think I'm gonna do one more layer. I love this pink, it's so pretty. I like using this applicator for it too, because it really presses it on. Alright, so the next color that I'm going to be using is Candied Violet. It's this dark shimmery purple, but when I go to put it on, it's actually not going to be as dark as you think. So I'm just going to use the other side of my applicator brush, and I'm just going to put this on the outer corner of my eye, but I'm going to make sure I start off light again and just do it very lightly. So I'm just going to put it right in here. And eventually I'm gonna bring it into my crease. So it's gonna look a little bit messy at first, that's okay. And I'm trying to make sure I angle it out that way. I still want it to be a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna keep going until I'm happy with how dark I have it. And it's okay that it looks a little messy right now. When we go to blend, it'll smooth out real nice. Okay. So I'm gonna use the same brush earlier that I had used for the salted caramel. And I just dab the salted caramel off, and I'm gonna still use candied violet, and I'm gonna tap it lightly onto the brush. And I'm gonna bring it into my crease just a little bit. I'm gonna be very light. I'm gonna make it go above the crease onto my brow bone a little bit, just because I love the purple and I want it to show. I love these looser brushes for blending as well. I think they're great. So see, when I blended, the purple got a little bit lighter. So I'm just gonna take this applicator again into my candied violet, and I'm just gonna go back to the outer corner. And just dab some more. And I like to take my finger and just kind of go like this to straighten up the edges a little bit if I need to. I just love this purple. I think it's so pretty. It usually takes me a while to do this part just because I want the purple to be so noticeable, but also even on both sides. I'm going to take this brush again and just blend it. Okay. Now the next brush that I'm going to use is this smaller, flatter brush. And so I want a little bit of shimmer in my eye. So the color that I'm going to use is Marzipan, and I'm just gonna dab that in between the Strawberry Bonbon and the Candied Violet. I'm just gonna put it in the very middle of my eyelid, so that way it has some more shimmer. Now, if you don't want to do the shimmer, then I still think that without it, it would be such a great everyday look. I think the shimmer adds more sparkle for a night out or a first date or even for the holidays. So if you just want it to be a more natural look, then you don't need to add the shimmer. But if you want to dazzle it up a little bit for a special occasion, I would definitely put a little bit of shimmer. And then I'm going to use that right here in the outer corner just to give it more sparkle. Voila. So when you feel that you're happy with the blending of your eyeshadow, the next step is eyeliner. And so the eyeliner that I'm going to be using is from Kat Von D. The ink liner and the color that I'm using is Trooper. So it's just this shimmery black color. And I don't like my eyeliner being too thick, so I'm going to try and stay fairly thin on my eyelids for right now. And we're going to do a winged liner. I'm not going to worry about my wings just yet. I'm just trying to get my eyelid. And I'm just trying to get as close to the lash line as I can so that the way there aren't any gaps. Alright, so now is the stressful part, which is winging the liner. And this part is very tricky because as hard or as many years as I've had with practicing this, I still can't always get it perfect right away. So just start off small and then slowly make your wing bigger. That way it's not too large right away. And this part is just so stressful and hard, but I don't like my wings being too big. I like them being smaller anyway, and I don't want them to be super harsh. I like it when they're more subtle. I think it's prettier that way. So I've just taken it to where the eyeliner starts, or the eyeshadow starts to make its way up. And I just draw it through. And then I'm going to make it a little bit thicker on my eyelid like I did just now. So it's a little wing, it's not anything crazy. I don't know, I just couldn't do a wing that's all the way out there. I'm just like too afraid to do that. Whenever you're doing your mascara, always try and do the strokes the opposite way of where it grows. So like whenever you flip your hair over to the opposite part, there's more volume. So the same thing goes for your eyelashes. I'm not going to do false eyelashes with this look because I feel like it'd just be a little bit much for me especially. But if you want to do false eyelashes or the magnetic ones, that's perfectly fine. To each their own. I like my eyelashes and I feel like they're already fairly thick. So I'm just doing another coat. I need to get some more of this soon. Also, don't forget to get the very outer lashes and then just flick them this way. I remember starting off with mascara for the very first time. It was some of the first like products of makeup that I was ever allowed to use. I started in middle school and I would only get the middle. I wouldn't get the inner lashes or the outer. And so my mom is the one that kind of taught me how to like use my mascara and how to put it on. I think she taught me well. So I would just have mascara in the middle for the longest time. I'm not gonna put mascara on my lower lashes just because mine are fairly thick at the bottom. And I just don't feel that I need to have any down there. But if you want to put mascara on your bottom lashes, again, like this is a super versatile look and this is just how I do it, and you can change it up however you would like. So now that I'm done with my eyes, now I can finish up my face. So I have on my blush, I have my contour. So the last bit of sparkle that I'm going to be using is my highlight. And I'm going to be using another Fenty Beauty product, and it's the Kilowatt Highlighter. And the two colors that come in this is Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. So Girl Next Door is the lighter color and Chic Freak is the darker one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fan brush and I'm going to just use Girl Next Door just because I want it to be a little bit lighter look. And I'm just going to take it right along this spot. You don't need too much of this stuff on because it just works so well. And it catches the light so well. I love my highlighter. Oh, you can never put on too much highlighter, let's just be honest. I'm somebody who loves highlighter, especially this one. I could never find a highlighter that I liked that wasn't too crazy, but also stayed on all day. I feel like an angel with all the highlighter on. Alright, now the last thing to do is my lips. So again, I'm a teacher, so usually what I do is just a light pink gloss. But if I'm going out, I'm going to be using more of like a lip paint instead of a light gloss. And so the lip paint that I've been in love with lately is by Urban Decay, and it's their Vice liquid lipstick, and the color that I'm using is Amulet. And it's this nice pinky shimmery brown. And it says it's waterproof. That's nice. So you can tell it's not lip gloss. It's more thicker, it's creamy. Nice pinkish brown. I'm just trying to make sure I line my lips with it first. I think I need to put some more on here. Try it up a little bit.